I ain't gonna lie, man. I just had a moment where I just feel like the older generation do need a little grace. Just a little grace. Because they was part of the beginning of destruction. Like, we talk about hip hop, shit. They started hip hop. When we talk about gang banging, they started gang banging. When we talk about drug dealing, they started that. All that shit they started. So you gotta think, like, you really gotta give people grace, man. That's all I'm saying. You gotta really. Why they ain't just throw that in the fucking recycling bin? You gotta really give people grace, though. Like, the older generation, like our parents, you really gotta give them grace, because it's a balance. You gotta give them grace because of the era they was in, but at the same time, you gotta still hold them accountable because they started everything. They did. If your parents did drugs, gang bang, was any black person that was part of that shit back in the 70s and the 80s, bro, is part of the reason why the world it is now. Because of the shit they started and created back in the 90s. Because they didn't want to, the government though, like, it's all, the government made our parents retarded, man. By peer pressure. Black exploitation films, drugs, gang banging. That shit all started with our parents, bro. Everything damn near started with our parents, bro. Music, hip hop culture, everything we ever did, bro. That niggas is like, man, this shit out of control. We started. Black people. We started this shit. Our parents, bro. And they so brainwashed off what they know. So if your dad and your mom was part of that shit growing up, it's a 9 times out of 10 chance it's gonna be hard for you. It's gonna be harder for you because they too trapped in that one mindset, and that's where the grace and the sincerity come in, and the serenity come in, because you gotta understand that too. Like, damn, they been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we going through a whole bunch of shit now, just imagine what they was going through at the beginning of all this shit. And the government did this shit to them, so they ain't even got nobody to blame. That's fucked up. On Bloods, bro. Like, that's where grace come in at, though, man. Give people grace, man. You walk past this house. This lady house. Nah, for real though, like, you gotta give people grace, bro. Especially your parents. Give your parents grace. That's just where I'm at in life, man. Just give your parents grace, man. Like, it could be worse. You know? That's why I be telling my mom though, like, why you always throw yourself in the fire? I ain't even talking about you. See, that's another thing about their generation too. They all throw themselves in the fire of the explanation, but they don't never throw themselves in the fire of the change. That's what I don't like about the older generation. But other than that, though, I'm learning you got to give them grace, because they started gangbanging. They started that shit, and they all lost their minds in that shit. So, but life is a choice too. Ain't nobody tell them motherfuckers to do that shit. They wanted to do that shit because they thought that was the party shit to do at the time. So it's nobody's fault, but it's all our fault at the same time. It's nobody's fault, but it's all our fault too, if that makes sense. So where I'm at in life, bro, just give people a little grace. But if motherfuckers don't want to change for the better, and they accept that shit, fuck them, bro, and get away from them, because they're the type of people that you're not gonna never get nowhere being around them type of people. Never. So don't even do shit like that. Like, and stop putting yourself through shit because you feel like that's gonna make you a better person. It's not. You just putting more stress on yourself for nothing. I learned that too. Like, do what you need to do so you don't have to keep dealing with the same shit. Some people like that shit though. So I ain't gonna lie. Some people just chaotic people. Some people got chaotic spirits. Some people got demonic spirits. Some people got dark entities that's attached to them. It's a lot to this shit. So at the end of the day, man, just have grace, man. Just have grace because you don't know what people dealing with behind closed doors. You don't know what type of demons motherfuckers got attached to them. You just don't know. So just have grace and learn to just let people live their life, bro, regardless if it's your mama, brother, daddy, whatever. Just let motherfuckers live their life, bro. Let them live, man. Just, if you don't agree with them, just separate and love them from a distance, bro. You don't have to be attached to nobody because you love them, bro. Hell no, I could love you from a distance, bro. That's just where I'm at in life. I'm detached, you know? Like, I don't want to be attached to nobody. Not even my wife. Like, I don't want to be attached to nobody because at the end of the day, when we all die, we got to detach anyway, you know? So the biggest thing with me is life is not about attachment, bro. On earth it ain't. Life ain't about attachment, bro. You don't have to be attached to somebody to love somebody, bro. That's just what it is. It's exactly what it is. You're attached to that person. So, moral of the story today is grace. Have grace for yourself and for others. And have understanding that life is bigger than you. You know?